Hello everybody, welcome back to another stream. I hope you're all doing well and having a wonderful, beautiful, amazing day today. I'm going to be going villager hunting specifically for peaches, given it would be amazing and I would probably take them if I found other villagers that are on my ideas list for this island. However, I would really prefer to get peaches because she is the ultimate star of the show. By the way, let me know how the volume is, of course, any kind of possible glitching or anything. I'm trying something today, so where is it? Okay. So here's the remote for the lights behind me. Normally I have it be various colors, typically like pinks, bluish, kind of purple, like that kind of a color palette. but I put on a white light setting because I normally wouldn't do that. And I was just saying the other day that I feel like having a bit more like white light behind me would help overall with my camera quality. And I'm not gonna lie, it didn't even click in my head that the W button right here was for a white light. So I tried that and I feel like it's already helping a lot. So I'm just gonna stream like this today. I'm sorry there's not as much color behind me. I just wanna see how it looks throughout the stream so I can watch back later. So forgive me for the slightly less interesting background. The only other thing that I need to do, I already got a bunch of Nook Miles tickets. I did that right before the stream. This villager plot is not from like an already opened one. I have to do the sell some land option because for some reason I thought I used up all my plots and I guess I didn't. So I will be taking care of that. And let me switch over to the other screen. I need to turn my own headphones down because like it's too loud for me. Again, it's different like for you guys volume wise. So let me just like turn down my actual headphones. Okay. So it's like blasting in my ears. Also, let me say hello to you guys. Oh my goodness. Hello, Shiver. Hello, Talos. Hello, Anthony. Welcome in. We gotta get those villagers hot to go. We literally do. We do. The only reason like I wanted to do this on store, actually, there's two reasons. Teehee. One, I have no idea where I want to put this villager plot, and I need help deciding where would be like the most practical. Because I've decorated a lot more since I last used the sell some land option. And then number two, I, again, still didn't realize that I even had this. So I need help deciding where to put it really, really fast, and then we'll go. I already cleared my pockets, filled them with Nook Miles tickets. I only have the vaulting pole with me just because I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't accidentally bring the ladder with me. Because if you didn't know, you shouldn't bring those on villager hunt trips with you because it'll make the cliff areas spawn. If you don't bring it, they can't spawn because the game is like, oh wait, this person doesn't have a ladder. Let's not give them a cliff and then they can't even climb it. Because that just wouldn't be fair. Cute outfit on your villager. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I was looking at your profile picture. Have you tried Echoes of Wisdom? And if so, do you like it? For me, I want to try it eventually, but I'm just not in any hurry. Like I've already got like a huge backlog of games that I need to play more often. There's 2 different Zelda games I'm needing to finish. That, and then at some point, this is one of those other things where it's like, I would love to do it eventually, but I'm not in a hurry. I want to get a copy of The Legend of Zelda. I think it was called Link Between Worlds. I want to get it for my 3DS again. I used to have it, and that was when I was a lot younger. I did not understand anything Zelda related whatsoever. So I want to get that again someday, and then finish it on my 3DS, because I still haven't sold mine. And at this point, since I'm trying to form a physical media collection anyways and a gaming console collection, I'm probably just gonna keep it at this point. And I like your thumbnail, it's very pretty. Thank you, and welcome in, Rich. How are you? Okay. Yeah, look, I promise I've got everything. I apparently have 2 vaulting poles, right? Gotta have a backup, gotta have a spare. Let me see really fast. I almost put the bus stop when I was decorating over here yesterday. I don't think this will work out, but let me at least just try it. I want to see if somehow, I know there's a rock here and it'll move the rock. Can I somehow put a house here? Wait, I can? Let me see. I want to put it like, if you see behind like where like the cliff kind of curves a little bit to the left of the plot, I wish I could shift it over to the right just a little bit so it could fit in, because I feel like that shape would be perfect, but I know the game's not going to let me because it's going to be like, you're too close to the water. So option number 1, I'm going to find at least one more option just in case I find something else better. And if I don't find anything else, I'll probably just put it there. That, or honestly, there's so many trees in between here. Maybe I could just, I don't know. They can't go up here because I've already got some other villager houses. I mean, I guess it could. Actually, yeah. It'll probably, like, you won't be able to see the one behind it very much, but let me just see if this would work somehow. Hi, Rich. I am good. I'm glad to hear that you guys are doing good. Oh, if I have any fellow coffee drinkers in chat, have you had any today? And if so, what kind is it? Mine was just what it usually is, just plain black coffee, which isn't just trying to be like, I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm being like a pick-me by saying that that's mainly what I drink, but it is. Like, I get so worried when I talk about that it gets perceived as being a pick-me, and I don't want to be perceived like that, but it's just, it's affordable and I like it. Plus, a lot of times I just don't want like a lot of sweetness in the morning. Would this look good? Oh, and if anybody else is gonna go villager hunting, definitely keep me updated on who and what you find. This is actually my new top contender spot. I put that there, keeping that in mind. There's not as much decor up here as it's like a little mini villager neighborhood in this section. So I think I will just go ahead and do it. Just, I feel like if I end up putting it down there, I feel like that might end up looking a little too busy. And plus, there's still room to move around. I feel like it's fine. I'm assuming music volume is okay because I don't think I've seen any messages about it being too loud or anything. But if it is, you're more than welcome to speak up. It's all good. I'm not gonna repeat it the whole stream, by the way. I'm just gonna say it one time. But when I was putting on my eye makeup earlier, even though my eyeliner pen still has plenty in it, it was doing that thing where it's just like, it's not wanting to glide on smoothly like it's supposed to. Like I kept having to kind of like drag it a little bit. So if for some reason it looks a little sparse, keep it to yourself, please. I did my best. Oh, and in daylight, here's the thing we worked on yesterday. It's not done because I'm still missing some stuff, but it's supposed to be for Good Luck, Babe. And the VMA's performance. It's good? All right, cool. Trevor, I know you've been like a little bit busier with some school related stuff, but I was curious, like what's like the last thing that you like recently worked on for Animal Crossing? Like whether it was decorating, villager hunting, or what have you, like what was like the last thing that you did? I know that you're not playing as much because you were a little bit busier, but I was just curious as to what you last worked on. Would you imagine if somehow I got peaches right away? That'd be wild. Oh, that reminds me, I feel like it'd be fun to do a little poll so that way everybody could vote if I find her or not. Here, hold on. All right, poll should pop up in a second. Just a simple yes or no one. I worked on it yesterday and I decided to remove all of my custom tiles I placed. How long did that take? I feel like that would be time consuming. Is that? I don't remember his name. That's not Cousteau, is it, right? Because I feel like I can't remember what Cousteau looks like for some reason. Hi, sorry I'm late. No worries, Megs. Welcome in. This is the first mystery island we've gone to. You're good. Makeup is also pretty. Thank you. The hours. I think I was watching Spy X Family during that time. Why did that make me think of Spy Kids? Did you guys watch Spy Kids when you were younger? Those were good movies. I was so jealous of like the fancy microwave thing that they had. But then again, like the weird thumb people scared me a lot. Well, not like where I'm like genuinely like super fearful, but like scared as in like, I guess a better word would just be like very uncomfortable. Like just looking at them made me like feel uncomfortable in my entire body. Like they're weird. It is weird. If you've never seen them, look up the thumb people from Spy Kids. They're scary. We put an application in on a dog and they emailed us wanting us to let our references to check their email. I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I hope it's a good thing. Did you guys hear that knuckle crack? I just do it all the time. Like I said yesterday, like on my ribs out of habit. That was so loud, at least to me. You'll hear that? I'm not getting my hopes up as high as I did with the other dog that didn't end up working out. Well, I hope that it works out for you. I hope it does. And hello, Orchid Angel, welcome in. Did you snap a neck, Lexi? No, that was just my knuckles. Sweetie! Her name is Mary, I know, not Sweetie, but I say Sweetie because she's just so cute. We don't need her for this island, but she is an angel sweet pie. Love her. Interesting to find a fairly popular cat pretty early on. Like that's only the second villager we've seen. And I just feel like finding specific cats and dogs is really hard. So just, it's interesting to find such a popular one right away. It's good that they got the application. I hope them looking into the vet and references goes well. I hope it does too. I love her so much. Isn't she adorable? I know she's not like the top most popular cat, but I definitely feel like she's like one of the popular ones. Check your DMs later. I sent you the link on the dog. Okay. Do you guys ever look at your Animal Crossing character whenever like you're standing there, whether you're talking to like Orville or just literally any NPC? The backs of her heels, like let's say like this part of my finger is like the heels, and then my other hand right here is the floor. Our heels go like this. Like they tap the ground and they like rock back and forth. Like our arms get swung around, but like our heels tap the floor. That is Lopez, okay. That was like a very confident answer, but like just some villagers I feel like are very distinct. So whenever you do see them through the trees on Mystery Island, you're like, yeah, that's Lopez. You're like, that's Apple, whoever it is. Or whoever it is, like whoever you see. Forgot that I hadn't opened this yet. I hate opening plastic water bottle lids because it feels like, it's not that I can't open them, but it feels like the ridges on the edge as I'm grabbing it to like turn it, it always like rips my skin. Does that make sense? Anybody else have that problem? You open things and it feels like it rubs so hard against your finger skin that it pushes some of it off. I literally have a scar on my finger from doing that with cranberry juice a few weeks ago. The scar part is just because I genetically am built where my skin scars very easily, so even something as little as that causes a scar. I feel like I already lost count of how many tickets I've used too. I mean, I kind of wanted to count how many I started with, but I didn't do that, so. If I didn't do that, I realistically probably wouldn't have kept up with my list of how many islands I've been to anyways. I wish that I did though. I feel like I tried that once and I just got so overwhelmed from trying to keep track of it all that I just couldn't. Hope someone asks to leave my island soon. I hope so too. Wasn't it Zucker that you were trying to get out a while ago? From your other island? Oh, she's cute. Sky's a good villager. I say as I leave her there. That feels so mean. I washed my hair last night, but I did that thing where you do a hair oiling treatment and then you like wash it out after a while. And it made my hair very shiny and soft. I always love doing that. But occasionally there's like a couple of spots where like there's like a little bit extra I didn't fully wash out. And thankfully it's like on the underside of my hair. And it's braided right now, so you can't even really see that. But there's a little bit that I didn't get out and it makes it look like that one patch of my hair is still greasy. Everything else was fine. There's a little bit that it looks like it's the one area I didn't shampoo. And I did shampoo it, I did it twice. And there's still a little bit that didn't come out. That's the thing with hair oiling treatments. You have to be really thorough. I know none of you asked, but I wanted to tell you anyways. Yes, I restarted because Zucker refused to leave and I wanted to restart anyways, valid. I'm getting in the mood where it's like, I'm wanting to finish the Chapel Roan Island like ASAP low-key because it's one of those things where it's like, I'm in love with the Chapel Roan Island theme. Like, I think that's really fun, and it has been very fun so far. I have enjoyed it, but at the same time, I'm equally, if not more excited for the already lined up next theme. But don't worry, I'm not gonna reset yet. I'm gonna finish this island and release the dream address. That way you guys can see it too if you want. But I'm just like getting excited to like think about finishing it. I wasn't gonna do it at first for a while, but I do have some amiibos. In fact, I wonder if I have Peach's amiibo. If I do, I'm not just gonna like abruptly go and do that now. I'm still gonna villager hunt for it because y'all know me. I love villager hunting. I prefer it a lot of the time even, but sometimes after a while I will just go ahead and do it. But like I swear, I feel like I have Peach's amiibo. Hold on. If I don't find it super fast, I'll just stop because I don't want to like be digging through my amiibo cards for forever. Let me see. I swear I have it. Okay. I don't see it yet, but like I swear I do have it. I know I do. Like I've seen it before. Okay, I'm not gonna do that for a million years because that's gonna be boring, so I'll stop now. Oh yeah, please don't send codes in chat, especially without asking first. But otherwise, welcome in. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. That is flawed, right? I'm trying to remember. What? Don't worry, I'm not taking him. I'm trying to see what his name is. Oh, I was right. It is Claude. Okay. Left that conversation ASAP so I could make sure I didn't accidentally invite him. Spy Kids is a weird movie franchise. I liked it when I was younger, but like the thumb people and it always weirded me out. So true for my Peaches amiibo. Right, imagine it was just that and I just didn't even talk the whole stream. Just the whole 2 hours, it's just me silently like digging through the amiibos as I just stare into the camera. Ew, that'd be weirdly really menacing. I don't like that. If I joined somebody's stream and that was the whole thing, I mean like, low-key I'd watch so I could see if they found the amiibo they were looking for, but I would be really confused if it was just dead silence as they just dug through them. But at the same time, I feel like if I actually did that, I feel like almost none of you would be surprised. You'd just be like, yeah, this is normal for this channel. I want to see the poll. Okay, so far, 88% of you say yes and 12% of you say no. Well, I hope that I do find her. But if I don't, as I said, I'm like pretty positive I have her amiibo. And even if I'm wrong about that, I can villager hunt for her another time. But it would be nice to find her today. Oh, you know how yesterday in the stream I was talking about how I started rewatching The Walking Dead? I watched more of it yesterday after the stream. And I'm not gonna like necessarily say spoilers just in case for some reason anybody hasn't seen it and they want to. But what I will say, there were just certain details that I forgot about happening. And I was like, you know when you're really invested in a show, so like if something happens or a certain character says something that's upsetting or confusing or does something annoying, whatever it is, and then you like get mad all over again once you hear those things or see those things because you forgot about them. Yeah, that's how I was yesterday. It's a good show regardless though. That cat villager I just saw, her name is Monique, and whenever I was a kid, like playing Animal Crossing City Folk, I had never otherwise seen or heard of the name Monique. That was the only place I had ever seen it, and I didn't know how to pronounce it, so I would look at it and I would pronounce it like Monacue, and I called her Monacue for years of my childhood until somebody was like, Lexi, that name is pronounced Monique, and I was like, sorry. I was so embarrassed. Playing the stream and lurking while I shower. Hi. Hope you get clean. Thank you for lurking. I washed my hair yesterday. I was just telling everybody about that too, that I did the hair oil treatment I was talking about. They can be super helpful and they can, like, with consistency, help your hair to be a lot healthier. However, I was not thorough enough with my shampooing, so there's like a little patch of hair on the underneath side that's still a little bit greasy, but it's okay. I'm honestly just grateful it's not the top layer, because that would be really embarrassing. Have you ever had that happen where you'd wash your hair and then for some reason it still looks like dirty or greasy afterwards? Wait, I can't remember. Was Gail on my villager list? I have my papers. I tore them out because I wanted to use the journal for something else, but the papers are like over there. Just give me a second. I'm not going anywhere. In that journal, I wanted to use it for something else, so I tore out a bunch of the pages. Okay, I found it. Okay, Peaches is on the list. Was Gail on the list? I feel like I debated getting her. The villager list says Peaches, Apple, Puddles, Peanut, Fuchsia, Chrissy, Annalise, Diana, and then Cherry. Gail was not on the list, but we do have a lot of other pink villagers, so it's fine. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't forgetting about her, possibly. But you're gonna go to other islands to meet Peaches, not use random generated islands. So with villager hunting streams, you just get a bunch of Nook Miles tickets in bulk, kind of like I have right now. And then you just go to the mystery islands repetitively until it gives you Peaches, or whatever villager you're looking for. The other way around would just be visiting an island and then like automatically finding her there. Kind of like how with Treasure Islands, you can get certain villagers from there depending on which island you go to. I set my code based on that idea. I'm sorry about that. It wouldn't be a villager hunt though if I did that. It would just be going and getting her. I have to do it this way for it to be a villager hunt. Plus I have to be able to do it in a way that'll last at least 2 hours for a stream, which is how long I'm planning to be live today. Honestly, I'm glad that I went and got that paper though, just because I do need to be checking it a little bit more regularly. Like, I forgot to mark off that I have Annalise. I already got her. Did I get anybody else? I haven't gotten anybody else yet, but it's okay. My nose is itchy. I hate when your nose gets itchy, like, repetitively, so you keep going to scratch it. And then somebody's like, ew, you're picking your nose. And you're like, no, I'm not. I'm just like itchy and it keeps coming back. And they're like, ew, no, you're picking your nose. No, you're like, no, I'm not. Stop it. People are allowed to have itchy noses, my friend. Leave me alone. I'm trying to remember, what's the longest villager hunt stream I've done? Because for a while, my streams were regularly more like 3 hours long. And if I did at least one villager hunt in that era, which I'm certain that I did, it's probably one of those. But I kind of want to look back through my streams and see which one it is. Because sometimes I just get really into them. It's like I don't even want to end the stream until I find the villager that day. I have something else to do today, so that will not be today. But I would if I could. I got up to get a water and Athena was in charge while I was up. Right, she just takes over your entire channel and just moderates instead. Popped my knuckles again. Kiki, maybe? Do you remember, should we remember the era of my Coraline Island where it took us like a bajillion years for me to find Kiki? And that was also the era whenever saying Kiki, do you love me was like a big meme. And so everybody was constantly saying that in the chat. That was Truly a time to be part of this channel. It really was. Rolls! I'm not gonna take him, but he is a sweetie pie. Honestly, probably one of the top best penguin villagers. We love him, and we stan him in this household. Yeah, I remember that. The more I think about it, honestly, I feel like because you've been around for so long in the community, like for a lot of which of the time you've been a mod, you have seen so many different eras of this channel. It's honestly kind of insane. Like when you really sit with that and think about it, you have seen so many sides and eras and versions and ideas for this channel. Thank you for sticking around. I randomly realize stuff like that sometimes. It's very real of you, and I appreciate it. And didn't you find my channel from a blue raid? I said it like that, like paused in between, because I was worried it was gonna sound like I was saying the word Blu-ray, like DVDs. That's not what I'm saying. Blue raid, not Blu-ray. Yeah, I found this channel through a raid. I'm like 99% sure that was whenever I had Harmony Island. I've also just had multiple islands. There's a handful that never got finished. In fact, there's so much so that I'm pretty sure I don't even remember the names of all the ones I never finished. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be very honest with you here. The only one that I feel like I truly regret, like truly have island regret about not finishing at first, was Nightshade. Nightshade being my radioactive, like, poison core island. That island, I really regret not finishing. I'm not gonna lie. And I want to revisit that theme someday and do it again, so that way I can actually finish it, because I still love the idea, and I'm really mad at myself, honestly, for not finishing it first. That's the only one that I feel like I truly feel that way about. With that said, the theme I keep like hyping up in my head, saying like, oh, like I already have like another plan, which I do. The next one I can tell you that it's not going to be Nightshade. It's going to be something else. I don't want to tell you what that something is until that island is being made. I remember when I found your channel through a raid as well when you were doing the Coraline Island. Both of you have been around for a while. Quite a while. That's something that I like about raids, is like regardless of like the community size of like two different creators, whenever like somebody raids somebody else, I just feel like it's so wholesome. Like I love the idea of being like, hey, there's all these people and I decided to share my community with you. Here's all this love and positivity. We had a good time. We want to make sure you're having a good time. Here's this extra bit of support. And I just feel like that's so wholesome. And plus, it's a really great way to introduce people to other creators that maybe they've never heard of, or haven't thought maybe to watch their videos, or haven't thought to watch their streams, or whatever it is. Just, I love the idea of it. I don't do it every stream, given because sometimes, like, for whatever reason, like, I just can't, or maybe don't really feel up to it that day. But I do try to whenever I can. I wish I was more comfortable, though, rating people that I wasn't as familiar with, just because of those negative experiences I've had in the past, and I hate that that's kind of ruined it for me, but it is what it is. On a different note, though, I was curious, so this is not a question just like for one person, this is for all of you. If you had to pick one game right now, it doesn't necessarily have to be something like cozy or whatever, like it doesn't have to be any of that unless you want it to be. But if you had to pick one game that you haven't picked up again in a while, and you had like a whole bunch of spare time suddenly in your life, what game would you go back and choose to play a bunch of and finish? Does that make sense? Like, what game would you go back and complete if you just had all this extra spare time suddenly? For me, honestly, it would be Fae Farm, because I really liked Fae Farm. I just haven't picked it up in a while, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even finish the main storyline. I should have, but I didn't. And I need to. I want to, because it was a good game and I liked it, and I had the DLC for it and whatnot. Like I need to I need to finish it. I really liked Fae Farm. Given I only have it on my computer, I wish that I had it on Switch, but I can't justify right now going and buying like a whole physical copy of it, which is what I would do. Eventually I will. You'd play Minecraft? I haven't played Minecraft in a while. That's another game that I want to play more of eventually. See, I'm telling you, I've got this big backlog of games I need to play more of. That's how you know that I have no business buying more games. Kirby and the Forgotten Land? That reminds me, I didn't finish Kirby and the Forgotten Land, but I did have, Kirby Return to Dreamland. I think that's what it was called. It's been so long since I played it. I had the digital version on my old Switch, but that Switch had to be sold, and I don't have the game anymore. I'll get it eventually, though. Just I'm not in a hurry to. How many Kirby games are on Switch, actually? Because I feel like there's several. And it's Forgotten Land, Return to Dreamland, and then wasn't there like some kind of like food-themed one? I had that feeling in my nose where it's just like right here on the inside. It makes it feel like you need to sneeze, but the sneeze doesn't actually come out and it just like hurts on the inside of the tip of your nose for some reason. I hate that. Ow. What is that? Like, if it just hurts really bad for a moment, feeling like you're gonna sneeze, then nothing ever comes out. What is that? Also, Alice is a sweet pie. Love her. Even I don't need her for this island, but she is a little angel in Animal Crossing. Love her. I didn't finish that one either. The food Kirby one. Oh, when you said I've been through different eras of this channel, I can confidently say I've been through the era where Lexi made a Tom Nook and a maid dress thumbnail. There's a very specific small group of people that can say that. If you know, you know. There was Tom Nook and a maid dress at one point, yes. And I promise I had my reasons. Dream buffet, yes, that's what it was, Rich. Thank you. I knew there was some kind of food one. Entirely unrelated, but I was just thinking about it while I was looking at my character. Look at the side of the hat. Why do cowboy hats have the holes like that on the side? Like, what's the purpose of them? If anybody knows, let me know. We've seen a lot of good villagers today. I mean, not all of them were villagers that I like, but we've seen a lot of good ones and like a good amount of popular ones. Gives me hope that we'll see Peaches today. Watch me say that and then it immediately destroys any luck that I had just chilling here. Try and get her. I don't know if I want to leave that poll there anymore. Part of me kind of wants to do something else for a poll. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and end it. But I feel like it was up long enough that you get the idea. The bulk of people watching think that I'll find Peaches, which I really hope that I do. I hope you guys are right. I won't be surprised if I'm wrong, though, just because a lot of the time, like less than half the time, I actually end up finding villagers that I'm looking for when I do these hunts. Like, I typically don't find them, so yes, I would love to find her, but I'm not going to be surprised if I don't. I skipped Halloween. I went to villager hunt. I can't do a Halloween in the game right now because I had to go back to August so I wouldn't have the PP snot grass. The August grass is like August, July grass is some of like the best color grass in Animal Crossing. And I love that, you know what I love about the Animal Crossing fandom, might I add about that, is that we as a collective find the most bizarre things in this game to be like, yeah, you gotta have like this one for this, like for the grass. We're like, yeah, collectively agree, September, October grass, disgusting. Looks like snot. But the midsummer grass is beautiful. Like I love that we as a fandom have really specific things like that that we either like complain or make compliments about. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I love that that's a thing that we all do and that we agree upon. Like I don't think anybody that I know likes the September-October grass. Oddly specific questions, so don't feel bad if you feel like you can't answer. But if you have seen The Walking Dead, do you find Lori annoying at first? Because I feel like a lot of people find her very annoying. The first time around whenever I watched it, I like had like a lot of empathy for her character. And now like rewatching it again, I'm like, yeah, never mind, you're annoying. I feel bad, but she annoys me. And so does the character Shane, by the way. Shane and Lori both annoy me. Both of them. I know this is like a very niche comment to make, but just, you know. I find them obnoxious now. Hello, Sidef, welcome in. Oh, by the way, if you guys have not already liked the live stream, I would greatly appreciate it if you could. Liking the stream is free, and it's a very easy way to support me. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I'm doing a poll about villager hunts. Give me a second. Hold on. Almost done. All right, I'm sorry if I made it. Oh, wait. I'm actually very glad that I noticed that typo because that would have been really embarrassing and you all would have immediately laughed at me. I'll tell you what it was in a second whenever I make sure it pops up. So rude, YouTube. How dare you not tell me you are live? YouTube has been all kinds of rude lately. But for the poll, it says, which method of getting villagers do you guys prefer? Villager hunts, amiibos, autofills, or treasure islands? Hear me out. This is very specific, but I feel like only doing the autofills has the same energy as biting ice cream instead of like licking it. Zucker, go away. We don't, I can't have you on the screen, Zucker, because then you'll go back to Meg's island and then never leave. I left so fast after saying Zucker. The hole in the hats are for letting heat out. Gotcha. Also, by the way, Rich, make sure that you're on the live part of the stream. I feel like you might be behind. There we go. Which song is this, by the way? I'm on one of the Demon Gummies based playlists, but I don't know which song this is on there. Oh, it's the Froggy Chair song. Okay. Makes sense. Wendy wants to leave. Bye. Isn't Wendy one of the sheep villagers, if I remember right? I feel like she's like a blue sheep. Yeah, she's cute. I feel like the sheep villagers are very hit or miss in regards to if people like them. Not even just like with me, but I feel like a lot of people tend to feel the same way about certain sheep villagers. She looks like a watermelon. I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about. And speaking of the sheep villagers, you know which one I think is really cute that not a lot of people talk of too, actually? Is, I believe her name is Stella, and then there's Willow. Stella and Willow are both really cute. I'm watching live just a slow typer. No, you're good, Rich. I didn't know if you were on the live part or not, and just in case that you weren't, I wanted to go ahead and send that just so that way that you could see it. Just because if you were behind, you wouldn't have heard me whenever I was actively saying it. I did not mean that to come off as rude, and I'm genuinely so sorry if it did. I just didn't know if you were at the present part or not. I'm sorry. I was kind of thinking about something, by the way. So I've got multiple different playlists that I use for music for streams, like probably way too many of them. I'd like to have a variety. You know how specifically in lo-fi songs, sometimes we hear like dishes clinking in the background or like people talking like a little bit at like a really low volume. How do you guys feel about that? Because every time I hear it, I feel like I get the ick. Like I don't like it. Like if I'm putting on what's supposed to be a very chill, laid back lo-fi song and then I hear dishes clinking in a sink and someone talking, I immediately will skip the song. Sometimes I will just let it go if I'm streaming because I'm already doing other things, but if I'm just listening to it on my own, immediately gonna skip it in a heartbeat. I also need to check off the different decor areas that I've already done. I made that paper for this island, so check off the vineyard, pizza parlor, the Pink Pony Club itself. And then let's see, how many of the villagers do I already have that's on my list? 1, 2, 4. Yeah, I think I've only got like 4 of them for right now. Which, considering I've already got all the main decor areas done and some of the villagers, I feel like we're making good progress with this island. Not too slow, not too fast. I say not too fast just because I feel like with islands, at least for me, I can't speak for you guys, but for me, if I work on it way too fast and I finish it too fast, it accelerates my odds of Animal Crossing burnout just in general. So sometimes I feel like with islands, I have to make myself take breaks. And I'm glad I did that with this island. So I was worried that I would finish it too fast. Okay, we are almost halfway, not quite yet, but we're almost halfway into the stream. I'm hoping that we'll see Peaches soon, honestly. No, not soon. Like, it would be, like, more ideal, to be honest, to see her later in the stream. But if I could somehow see any of the other villagers, too, that'd be cool. Because if I really needed to, what I could do in that scenario is just change the pinned message to just being, like, a general reminder. Or not reminder, but, like, a message like, hey, like, I found blank villager. Now I'm kicking somebody out really quick so I can continue villager hunting. So I did that in the past with villager hunt streams and seemed to work out fine. Hello, Nick. Welcome in. I agree. I've been taking breaks. I haven't felt the need to constantly play. I just take my time. Given I do still time travel and use treasure islands, like, I feel like I've tried so hard so many times not to, and, like, I just can't. I have to use them. Like, I just can't enjoy it as much without it. So. I do still do that, but in terms of like actual days in real life, I don't play every day, and I feel like that helps. I have to like make sure that I force those breaks. I want to check on the poll. Let's see what the results say so far. So which method of villager, oh my gosh, I can talk. Which method of getting villagers do you prefer? 57% of you say villager hunts, 14% say amiibos, 29% say autofills, and then 0% of you are saying treasure islands. I feel like getting the ones from treasure islands, excuse me, oh my goodness, you. It's just not as convenient as you might think. Just because like, they can only display so many villagers at once available to get at these treasure islands. And there's also other people that are likely trying to get them too. And so trying to get number one onto a treasure island in the first place, let alone find one that has a villager that you're looking for, is not necessarily an easy task. So, I mean, I get it. It's just not as convenient as it sounds. Treasure islands in and of itself are convenient, but getting villagers there, not so much. Some people order about them. I just don't know or have the patience. Yeah, I don't understand how to do any of that. I would not. If you sat me down and like told me that I had to do that and like you wouldn't let me do anything else until I did that, I would just be sitting there for forever then, because I have no idea how to do any of that. Like anybody that can operate creating and setting up a treasure island, and anybody that knows how to use OrderBot, I commend you, because I don't understand how to do any of that. I feel like I would not have the patience. I feel like I would give up it for like 10 minutes and realizing that I wasn't good, I'd be like, all right, I wasn't somehow immediately perfect at it. I am not gonna do this anymore. Admittedly, I have done that before with other things, unfortunately. Poncho, he's a cute villager. He's cute. And also very underrated. Not suitable for this island necessarily, but just still a very underrated villager. Okay, I'm gonna cancel that poll. No, not cancel, but end the poll. Excuse me. That's the right word. What was I gonna type? I had a good poll idea for conversational purposes, and now I can't even remember what it was. It'll come back to me in like the next 10 minutes, realistically. Or if you try to teach, if you try to teach how to make mods for Stardew, I'll be like, how? I don't get it. No, same. As funny as it is, like I have mods set up for PC, but they haven't been updated in months. And considering I usually prefer to play vanilla anyways, I'm just leaving it because it's already hard enough as is to figure out how to download them, but having to figure out how to update them every time they need to be, just no. Whole subject, making them, updating them, installing them, all of that is really hard and really confusing. Absolutely not. Speaking of that, I know this is an Animal Crossing stream, but I feel like a lot of Animal Crossing players are either interested in trying Stardew, or at least like are familiar with it in some way. So, with that said. Poll should pop up in a second. I know I'm playing Animal Crossing, but now I want to know, since we're talking about that. Do you guys, if you play Stardew Valley, do you prefer to play with mods or vanilla / no mods? I download a lot of the mods, but I hate taking the time to update them. Same. That's also similarly to why, like, I tend to play very, like, vanilla with The Sims 4 too. Given I do really, really want to get packs there. Like, I want to get, like, if I somehow had all this extra money that I could justify spending on it, I would get probably at least, like, 4 or 5 different packs for The Sims 4. Just to spice up my gameplay more, because, like, I do want to spice it up more from time to time. I just cannot be bothered with all these, like, custom contents on Sims 4. Like, I can't. I can't be bothered. I'm sorry. It's just so much work. Especially because what I hear all the time from all these people that, like, have a bunch of them is that they're constantly breaking and they're having to update them. Like, I don't have the patience for that. For lack of better words. I just don't. I love whenever it's really quiet in between songs. It gets all awkward. There we go. Okay. There's the song. What are the odds of having a Stardew Valley poll as some of the Stardew Valley lo-fi starts up? Like, that's cool. It's a fun coincidence. I'm trying to watch YouTube of how to download mods on my MacBook, but I still don't get it, so I just leave it. I honestly just prefer playing without it anyways, because in a way, I like the grind of working towards all these, like, fun things in it myself. And at the exact same time, Stardew can still absolutely be a super peaceful, chill game if you want it to be. It just depends on what kind of playthrough you're doing and, like, your mindset while you're playing it. Like, Stardew is truly such a versatile game. I can hear my dog barking at something. That's lovely. I'm also hunting. Who are you looking for? Okay. I was gonna say that I was really surprised by vanilla / no mods being in the lead, but at the same time, I feel like I can't really gauge the poll results yet until there's more votes. So I'm gonna leave that there for a while, because now I really want to know. And speaking of, I do want to do more Stardew Valley streams, but not until, oh my gosh, excuse me. Like, I had like a little... I had a burp stuck like right here. Ew, I know it's gross, but Stardew Valley update drops on November 4th on Switch, and I believe like every other platform that hasn't gotten it yet. And that you'll probably see a good influx of Stardew Valley content after that happens. I haven't opened like any of these yet. A DIY recipe just for a leaf. Because we all need tutorials for how to make a leaf, right? By the way, if anybody ever makes a Big Bang Theory or Young Sheldon themed island, he needs to be playing Sheldon because his name is Sheldon, I believe. I'm gonna be really embarrassed if I'm wrong. Poppy, Rudy, Maple, Sylvana, Maddie, Pearl, Eric, and Vivian. I feel like I found, I don't remember if her name is Maddie or B. I get Maddie and B mixed up for some reason. But either way, I found one of them earlier. when it really boils down to it, and I talked about this in someone's Twitch stream actually, so not on YouTube, but we had a conversation about this. So this is a question for all of you too. But when it comes to games, like games that you truly love in your heart, that you always go back to, like even though there's all these other games that seem interesting or other games that you look at or consider buying, what games do you truly find yourself going back to most often? Like out of all these things that you see and that you play, at the end of the day, what games do you truly find yourself going back to again and again and again, no matter what? Because for me, that would be Stardew Valley, and that would be Animal Crossing, Roblox, and then any of the Mario Party games that I have access to. For me, it would be those games. Because like I'm not always like constantly wanting to play those specifically, but when it comes down to it, I always find myself returning to those games. Oh, that and The Sims 4. I don't stream a whole lot per se, like I never really have, but like I find myself going back to it a lot. I know there was like a lot of options, and there was no limit on how many you could list either, but just for me, those are the ones that I go back to. Animal Crossing and Stardew. I love playing Uno on Switch on Stardew and Honey. I said Honey Talks instead of Tony Hawks. Honey Talk. That's funny. But I feel like whenever you really sit with that kind of question, you think about it, it shows you at the core what games you truly enjoy most. And sometimes, to be honest, at least for me, I won't speak for you guys, but for me, because of how many games exist now and how many are constantly being made and announced and talked about and posted about, whatever it is, it's honestly super overwhelming, and it can make it a lot harder to really be able to feel and realize what you like and what you want the most from games. So if you sit with that question, it'll help to answer that for you. It's the Artsy Gamers BFF, Stu. I know how much Artsy loves Stu. I got Blueberry. She's so cute, but she doesn't fit my theme. I feel like I had her on my very first island. I wonder if anybody out there still has their very first OG Animal Crossing island. I feel like so many people have all reset at least one time. Which is fun, by the way. I'm not hating because I love resetting. It's fun. After a couple of islands, I think I'm gonna go on a BRB screen break so I can go to the bathroom and so I can let the dog out to go to the bathroom. Just I feel like she might need to go. I'm just gonna go ahead and let her out potty or go to the bathroom. I don't. My OG island is in the void. I had a dream address for my first island, Mayfall, but I don't even know what the dream address is. But I feel like that's such a specific name. I'm sure that if I did like the dream address like name search thing, I could probably find it. You still have it, Rich? That's really impressive. Like, I'm genuinely very impressed like that. Not like that. About that, because personally, I do not have enough self-control to not have reset at least once. So I commend you. Do you feel like you ever want to reset, or do you feel like you're content with your first island? I almost feel like after having it for that long, I wouldn't want to reset if I somehow did have mine for that long. Just because I feel like I probably would have gotten really attached to it. This villager will never not remind me of Neville Papperman from iCarly. He'll rue the day. I'll rue it. That's what he always reminds me of. I know Peyton does and now has a second switch that she resets. That's what I did whenever I had the 2 switches, but I really needed the money, so I unfortunately had to sell the other switch. By the way, please be sure that you are liking the live stream, especially if you're enjoying it so far. Liking the stream is completely free and a super easy way to help me out. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I've done this since I started streaming. I'll see bot messages from the corner of my eye, and I think it's one of you guys, so I turn over so I can like go and read whatever it is that I think you said, and then it's just Streamlabs or Nightbot or something. I think that villager's name is Clay, but I'm not entirely sure. Excuse me. You're gonna get something to eat? No worries, take your time. All right, I'm gonna travel to one more mystery island, and then I need to take a BRB screen break for just a couple of minutes so I can go to the bathroom and so I can take my dog to go to the bathroom. Which song is this from Stardew? Oh, okay, it's not a Stardew one. I was like, this sounds like it could be, but I really don't realize this one, which one it's not. It's just a song that Demon Gummies made. I was just like, what Stardew song is that? Doesn't it sound like it could be one though? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go on my be right back screen. I will be back in hopefully just a couple of minutes. I will try not to take longer than necessary. All right, I'm back now. Thank you so much for waiting, you guys. I appreciate it. So I took the dog out. She, you know, did her business and whatnot. And then she didn't want to come in because she wanted to like sit in the sunlight and just kind of like do that for a little bit and like, you know, sunbathe, if you will. But she can't do that right now because it's just me right now at the house with the dog, and I don't want her to sit out there and be too hot. But I promised her I would take her back outside later. And of course I would regardless, but because, you know, I gotta go to the bathroom somehow. I'm not somehow muted, right? Just want to double check. No, I'm good. I'm good. Speaking of like heat and temperature and whatnot, I feel like this was the question of the day in the server today. I know not everybody is there or has seen the question, so I'm gonna ask here too. Was just gonna double check here. What temperature is it for you guys? Be careful to not reveal your personal location, especially if you're a minor. If you're an adult, you technically can. But if you're a minor, please don't do that. It is 83 degrees Fahrenheit here, and it says it feels like 87. Humidity is making it feel warmer. Humidity is 56%, which is not as bad as it has been before, but that's still pretty gross. I can hear you. All right, cool. I think there's only been like a handful of scenarios where I was legitimately accidentally muted while I was talking. And that's always so embarrassing. It's like, I'll be like acting like I'm super excited and I'm like telling a story and I'm like super energetic. And then you guys are like, I can't hear you, you're muted. And then I have to like redo all the storytelling. It's funny though. Does anybody else's dogs do that? Like you take them outside to do their business, and then if they find a really good spot of sunshine that feels good, they sit there or lay on the concrete or the grass or wherever it is, and then they just will not come inside. Because Willis does that. And the only way that you can get her to come in is by standing directly in the way of the sunlight, so that way your shadow casts over her, and then she gets mad that she can't feel the sunlight anymore, so she eventually gets up and moves. 11 degrees Celsius feels like 8 Celsius here. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Hey Siri, what is 11 degrees Celsius but in Fahrenheit? Oh, that's 51 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, that's cold. To me, that's cold. Is that cold to you guys, or is that like average? Hello Ryan, welcome to the stream. .58 is considered cold. It's definitely considered cold for me. Not like so cold that it's like unbearable, but I would 100% need longer pants and like a jacket or hoodie of some sort. I saw Gail earlier. She's not on the list, but she would be suitable for the island. Average it gets up to -10 to -15 Celsius here. I mean, like, I use Fahrenheit, but it seldom ever gets into the negatives. Like, it has happened before, but it's very rare. I feel like, okay, question. So since we're talking about weather, for you guys, just make sure that you specify Celsius or Fahrenheit. Do you guys, like, what do you consider to be hot and what do you consider to be cold? Because everybody's answers are always very, very different for that question because of all the different experiences that we've all had and, you know, where we're from. So for me, I would consider anything being really hot if it was like 95 degrees or higher. And even then, 95 is not as bad as anything above 100. But like anything above 100 is like horrible. But like that general range is pretty hot. And then for cold, I consider anything under 60 degrees to be cold. Given like if it's closer to 60, like that's more like being chilly, but still cold. And if it's like somehow under 40 degrees, I consider that freezing. Oh, I was staring at my own camera for a second because I thought that it froze, and I was like staring, trying to see if it really was frozen. It wasn't. Since the way that I had set up the stream, it's like slightly behind, and I was just looking at myself fully convinced that I was frozen. That was funny. By the way, Shiver, have you gotten Mario Party Jamboree? Were you thinking about it? I know I've done some polls about it. I would have to go back through the updates channel in the server and like look and then try to see everybody's responses. I can't exactly stop and do that right now. So if you don't mind answering for what's probably your third time, that would be appreciated. A negative 10 Celsius is 14 Fahrenheit. Oh, bye. I would not even be leaving the house. I'd be way too cold. Not really. It's because I've been busy with college and Switch games are expensive. Totally valid. That's why for me right now, I'm trying really hard to just play a lot more of what I have. I mean, there were some games coming out towards the end of the year that like I did admittedly pre-order. But I'm not doing that anymore. Like I'm just trying to enjoy what I already own and finish some more of the games that I just already have. I feel like as much as there's a bunch of other cool stuff coming out, I can't justify continuing to do that when I've got this whole big backlog of games that need to be played. I'm back. I got some football snacks. Wait, is there a football game on today or something? It does look fun. If you are able to at some point though, I do really like it and I feel like you would like it too. Just if you ever do get the chance to get it. I think my cousin is getting the new Mario Party, so I will play whenever I go to his house. Yeah, test it out there and see if you like it. That'd be a good way to see if it'd be worth it. I got some chips and dip and then cheese and crackers. Yes, Ravens are playing. Against who? I say that as if I know a whole lot about football teams when I most definitely don't. But I'm asking anyways. Checking Spotify. Okay. Although it's a different song playing. All right, it's been a while now. I can check the poll. It's been 20. How has it already been almost 30 minutes since I did that Stardew poll? So I put, if you play Stardew Valley, do you prefer to play? 25% of you said with mods. 75% of you said vanilla/no mods. Given it was 4 votes, so if I'm like doing my math correctly in my head, I believe that means 3 of you said no mods, and then 1 of you said with mods. That's still interesting though. The Browns? Okay. Again, I say that as if I know them, and I don't. I'm like that with a lot of like sports stuff like that, especially whenever it's Super Bowl season. I get interested in watching it, even though I don't fully understand what's going on a lot of the time. Anytime like football or like the Super Bowl gets brought up, I'm always reminded of that really funny message that Shiver sent in general chat, like it was like a very subtle typo. He meant to say Super Bowl and then didn't press the B. So he said, why is Super Owl advertising Bitcoin? Because there was like a big Bitcoin ad that year and it was just weird. Hello, Fawn, welcome in. I remember that. That was weird though. That was not really something that I expected them to advertise so publicly. I mean, it is what it is, but it was just unexpected, I guess. That, and then who here was around for whenever my dog got skunk sprayed so badly and then we had a collective panic session in general chat, and then we were laughing really hard because I accidentally at one point, like in all caps, typed skonk instead of skunk, and then we were laughing hysterically at the word skonk and also losing it trying to figure out how to get rid of the smell of the house. That was truly a time to be alive. I remember once there was like, actually, I would say the bottle was about the size of this crystal on my desk, but I had a big bottle of perfume and I was so desperate to alleviate the smell in the house that I used up the entire bottle of perfume, the entire thing. It was a very short-term relief though, because eventually the smell came back and I wasted it for no reason, which is why I made sure to choose a perfume that I didn't like as much as the others. By others, I mean my mini little perfume collection, which I wish I didn't necessarily collect them because I wanted to just have one and then not like have a bunch, but I gotta use them all up. Like itchy. Oh, we're getting closer. Okay, did I put her on the list? Just want to double check. I did not. Okay. So we're making a little bit more progress. We found another pink villager. Not what we need though. It's okay. I don't know how you do it, but it's not, the outfit I'm wearing is not my custom design. Isn't there a way that I can have that set up in the Able Sisters? And then other people that go to my island can put it on if they want to? Or is that only with my own designs? Because I can't remember. Because that would be so cool if we could all be matchy-matchy that way whenever you came over to visit me. Ew, Beardo, go away. I got really into the game for a moment and like was not talking as much. I'm sorry. I just feel like I'll like quote zone out in the sense of being so focused on the game that I'm just like not speaking. Sorry. You got what earlier, Megs? Now she's barking at something. Hold on. I don't know if anybody's at the door or not because our Ring doorbell needs to be fixed. Sometimes she legitimately just sits there and barks for the sake of seeing if she can get me to get up out of this room. And sometimes she just barks because she just feels like barking. She's also the kind of dog where it's like if she even sees so much so as a squirrel or a dragonfly across the street, she's gonna bark at it like it's her only job. Oh, you got Beardo, okay. Wilbur has some of the weirdest catchphrases if you pay attention to them. I don't know if the trailer is even really worked on or out for it yet, so forgive me if I I don't know if it's out, but I swear I feel like I remember seeing a post the other day online, specifically TikTok, and it was saying something about the second Five Nights at Freddy's movie being in the works. Again, keyword being in the works because I don't know if anything else aside from that has been released, but in fact, I'm gonna Google that in a separate tab. Give me a second. Okay, so apparently there was official confirmation in April of this year that the sequel is in development. The initial release was expected to be in the fall of this year, but that's not happening anymore. It says the sequel is supposed to premiere on December 5th of this year. So, if you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, there you go. Yo, Rory can get away from me. He and I have beef from my Coraline Island. If you know, you know. I just saw one of those Ring doorbell notifications. I don't know who, there's a piece of paper stuck to my finger. Who here has like seen the kinds of notifications they can give before, but sometimes like since there's like a neighbor section for it where anybody else that's like within proximity of you that also has one can post neighborhood things. And somebody on there was posting a picture of a lost cat that they found. I was trying to see if I could recognize it. We have 2 stray cats that we've been feeding. Oh, speaking of like cat stuff and whatnot, I wanted to update you, Megs. So for a long time with Luna, and I promised I would try to, and she would just really not be a fan of it. She wouldn't let me brush her teeth. I would try, and she wouldn't let me. I found a toothpaste and toothbrush that she will kind of tolerate. It's like, it's weird because the toothpaste is not the problem. If anything, she likes to eat the toothpaste. However, the physical toothbrush she is not a fan of at all and will make it known, but she tolerates the process notably more than she used to. And although she's not a fan, she's made progress. So we're good in that regard. I'll take it. It's something. I just finished my island. I just somehow need to get my last 4 villagers. I know I have to do my house inside, but I don't really want to do it. It's just going to be an abandoned house, right? Imagine you made a single custom design that was just like, I didn't feel like decorating in here. And then you made the wallpaper and flooring and everybody would be like, oh, okay. And then they just wouldn't go in the house. You could, if you have any custom design space left. When I've been trying to get it to befriend me, the cat won't run and hide. He will meow it from a distance and roll on his back. I feel like that means he's probably trying to be more comfortable and like okay with contact, but isn't quite there yet. I feel like I've seen people's videos where they try to get a cat to be more comfortable with them so they can eventually let them inside, or at least drop them off at the vet for like the, to get them like neutered or spayed or something. I forgot what the term is, but you know what I'm getting at. And typically when they get to that stage, it's like whenever they're like almost comfortable enough with you, but not quite. Because the cats in the videos always start off as being like real distant and like a lot more likely to hiss or bite or scratch. And then after some effort, they start doing stuff like that. Given you know more than I do because you're seeing them in person and I'm not. Based off of what I've seen pattern wise, I feel like it sounds like he's probably getting comfortable. I got him to come within a few feet, but not close enough to touch. Yeah, okay, yeah. He's definitely getting comfortable with you then and like isn't fully there yet. Probably has some residing trust issues from some kind of past experience that probably wasn't pleasant. You can barely see them, but there's one of the gorilla villagers in the back. I scared him last night because I didn't realize that he came up on the front porch to get food. I came back out to give him more canned food. If you leave that there for a little bit, he'll probably smell it and come back, just because I feel like wet food has a much stronger smell than dry food. Oh, he ate as soon as I went inside. Yep, that makes sense. I know it's still kind of, this is like leading into that in a second, so just give me a moment to correlate the two subjects. But as much as it's still like kind of warm and unfortunately like hot in some areas, in a lot of areas for people, it is starting to get colder and colder and colder. So please remember that if you try to make outdoor little shelters for homeless animals, especially like cats and whatnot outside, do not use blankets as the bedding and like leave that out there, because that can also freeze and hold and gather moisture. And then that moisture itself will freeze, and then they can't stay very warm in there. Like they, if anything, will be more cold because of that. So don't use straight up blankets. From what I know, I think you're supposed to use straw and then like kind of like just press that down so they have space to kind of walk through to whatever hideout space you made for them. Like the straw, I think, is supposed to be better at retaining heat for them. If anybody knows otherwise, please feel free to chime in and add whatever it is that you know. Dear Nintendo gods, please give my last 4 Halloween villagers I need for Halloween, please and thank you. I'm gonna put some hearts in chat for you to help you manifest that. Hearts for the good energy, specifically. We have a heated one that we got. We haven't seen anyone go inside of it. Thank you so much for trying to be a good human and doing stuff like that. Like, I love that. I remember a couple years back whenever we did that for a stray cat that I found that I named Atlas. Whenever it was real cold at night, he would come inside into the garage and like hide in the little hideout shelters that we made. kind of want to stop again and look through my amiibos. I'm gonna do it. Because I swear I feel like I have Peach's amiibo. Because you know what would be fun? As long as I find it, if like by the end of the stream, I don't find her at an island, what if I just use that to get her? Because she is truly a very important character for this island. She's the only pink horse and the island is called Pink Pony. I'm so confident in the fact that I have it. Like, I swear I do. I know it's in here somewhere. I'm gonna grab like a tiny pile of them at a time. And the ones that aren't Peaches, I'm gonna set on the counter so that way it's a little bit easier to see what I've got. So far, I don't see it yet, but sometimes I forget that I have a good variety of these. I need to, well, not make a habit out of them, because I do still prefer villager hunts. But I do need to probably use my amiibos a little bit more often. Just a little bit. I know I've got her amiibo in here somewhere. Where is it? Still don't see it, but I know I have it. I didn't realize I had Stitch's amiibo. I forgot about that. I feel like that's a good one to have. I have Pinky on the list. Did I put Pinky on there? Oh, I did before. I used to have her on there. And then we replaced her with Annalise. Okay. I'm full send stopping because like I know that I've got it. And I want to use it if I don't find her on my own. It's really playing hide and seek with me right now. Where is it? Imagine I've been saying this whole time. It's like, I know I've got it. I swear I've got it because I swear I have seen it. I'm saying that and then I just like don't end up finding it. I'm going to be really embarrassed if that's the case. Like genuinely so embarrassed. I'm getting down to the bottom of the pile and now I'm getting worried that that's actually going to be the outcome here. Okay, I found another little stack of them that was hiding pressed against the side. Wow. I swear I thought that I had it, but I guess I was unfortunately wrong. I'm embarrassed, yes, but you know what? You know what? Chrissy is on my list. I don't have Chrissy yet. Tell you what, you guys. If I don't find Peaches by myself by the end of the stream, should I just go ahead and amiibo in Chrissy? Because yes, she's not who we were looking for. But it'll give us some kind of progress. Oops. Not me just like being loud and dropping everything. You think I should? Okay. Just so that way there's something productive. Also, yes, I will hydrate. You guys should hydrate too. Water is super, super, super important. Okay, back to business. I'm genuinely embarrassed with it though, because I was so confident that I had her amiibo. Wait, let me check one more spot really fast. Okay, yeah. Remember to set a few amiibo cards on top of the things that I put my camera on. I thought one of them might have been hers, but yeah, I guess I just don't have it. It is what it is. If she asks to leave eventually, you can bring her back in. True. True. I definitely don't have every amiibo, obviously, but I feel like I've got a good amount. Like, it's enough that it would help with a lot of the islands. Tipper is really cute, honestly. I feel like Tipper is a very underrated villager. I did that thing again where I got real focused on it. Oh, did you send that by accident, Megs? I saw that and I was like, hey, or a what? Like, a what? If Athena's nearby, she should give her daily wisdom. Because she just types on your keyboard for you sometimes. I'm holding out hope though that we'll find Peaches, because I would rather put her on the island today than Chrissy, but if we just still don't, then I'm getting Chrissy. What else are you guys doing today? Like, I know you're hanging out at the stream right now, but after the stream, what are you guys doing? After it ends, I've got to put some stuff together because I'm going somewhere later, and then I need to take the dog back outside again because I promised her I would after the stream. I've got to put some stuff together. I've got to take that. I honestly might take her on another walk, maybe. Aside from that, I'm not doing too much today. She's in her window seat. Bruno is next to me. He didn't have anything to say. Bruno's words of wisdom are just silence. Staying home and gaming, valid. What games are you gonna play though? Are you just gonna play Animal Crossing to try to get those 4 villagers you were talking about? Not much, just hanging out, also valid. Ooh. Okay. Hear me out. Just for a moment. Just for a moment. This villager is not on our list, but oh my gosh, look at her. She looks like she would be so perfect though. And remember, at first we were gonna have Pinky, and then I replaced Pinky with Annalise. I wanted to have at least one more horse aside from Peaches. And now I'm like, well, oh my goodness. This villager would be so perfect. Like, she's got the little heart, like the sassy purple hearts, the sassy purple stripes. She's hot pink. She's got the eyeshadow. She's got the look. Like, I don't know why I didn't consider her before, but like, look at this freaking villager. She is so perfect. She would fit right in. Also, fun fact, I learned from like a very brief clip I saw of Chapel Roan at one of her performances that she does in fact like Animal Crossing and play Animal Crossing. I would lose my mind if she somehow saw these streams. I don't know what it would do with myself, but anyways, what do we think, besties? I do have my villager list and I would have to replace one of the other ones with her, but that's okay. That is okay. I don't have Fuchsia yet, but to be honest, I think I would rather have this villager than Fuchsia. What do we think? Should I replace Fuchsia with Claudia? I believe her name is Claudia. Think she's perfect, take her. I think she's perfect too. Animal Crossing and Stardew and Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, great choices. I haven't tried Echoes of Wisdom yet, but I feel like a lot of people have liked it so far. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that then. Hold on. I use this paper to keep track of ideas and whatnot that I have for the island, because I want so badly for it to be good. So, we are getting rid of Fuchsia and replacing her with Claudia. Take the tiger, yeah. I believe her name is Claudia. I'm gonna get her. Yep, okay. Gosh, I just feel like she is so perfect for this island. And I'm gonna talk to her a few extra times just so I can make sure. I know it's saying that right now, and that's how I know that I've invited her properly. I still always like to talk to them a few times afterwards to be absolutely positively sure because of what happened with whenever I was trying to get the villager faith and then Agnes autofilled because I didn't do it right. Gosh, I will never live that down. Okay, one more time just for good measure. Okay. Sometimes I feel like it takes way longer to load than what's probably necessary. I believe her house would be all the way up on the left right now. Oh, Puddles and Lucky are singing. How cute. Wait, that gives me an idea for a short. Hold on. Wait, no, that's not what I meant. What's the word? What's the thing? Handheld camera. That's what I meant to get. Don't mind me just casually doing this midstream. Hold on. Okay. That should be sufficient. Back to what I was doing. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna do a raid today, to be honest. I'm sorry. But I do want to talk about a few things. So I know, like, honestly, it's been happening to me a lot the past couple of years, but life has been lifing a lot yet again. I really hope that nothing happens like over like the next week or so, like that just disrupts my schedule, but I am so sorry if that happens. And speaking of my schedule, if anybody is new here or if you watch this back like after this has already ended or anything and you're not as familiar with me and my platform, I do streams on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Fridays at 5 p.m. Central Time and Saturdays and Sundays at 11 a.m. Central Time. I also have a Discord server that is linked in the description if you are interested. The bulk of my communications, updates, posts, so on and so forth are posted there, just so I don't clog people's feeds too much in the community tab. With that said, thank you so much for watching my stream. Thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it if you could. And I will see you guys next time for another live stream. Bye, everyone!